Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the 1/100 scale full mechanics Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. So we've seen what the HG is like, and now it's time to take a look at the 1/100 scale. As we've seen with the past versions, the 1/100 scale versus the HG version of the original Barbatos, the Barbatos 6th form, and the Barbatos Lupus, it's fair to say that I'm sure I will probably like this version more than the HG as well, but we'll see. There's going to be pros and cons. This one does have a little bit something more special to it as well. Here you can see, aside from just some nice box art here on the front, you can see just the 1/100 scale full mechanics logo there, number 3 in the line, 3 out of what I believe, if I remember correctly, is only going to be 4. I believe the Bale is going to be the last one. But pretty cool pose there, nothing really too out of the ordinary for the Gundam Barbatos. And then here at the bottom we can see that this is the special version. This says the special display stand is included in this first run limited edition. So if you're getting this very early, then you're getting this in the first run of the kit, and you'll get this special display base. But basically this is the same action base that was included with the Master Grade Gundam Fenicia Renashida, and it's molded in white or like a pearl white. From the photos it almost looks like a pearl white color, which I really hope it's not. I really hope it's just plain white. I mean, you can always paint it, but that pearl white is really ugly, and I really hope they didn't actually mold it in that color. And it says there's also some Tekkaden stickers included with that, so we'll take a look at that inside the box here in just a moment. So here's the side of the box, or the top and bottom I should say. And like with the other full mechanics kits, we can see the Gundam's frame there just kind of in the background, sort of like hunting him like that. You can sort of see it there. Anyway, if we're going around to the side of the box, here we can see just image what the kit is going to look like front and back. There you can see that, like with the HG, this one also has safety flags on the V-fin, which is kind of strange. It's not really supposed to have that. Here you can see on the front, the box art, see that's not an actual design feature. So it's kind of weird they did that on the 1/100 scale version as well. It's understandable on the HG, but this one's kind of odd anyway. But gonna be looking nice and bulky with those really huge arms and huge feet. Huge weapons. And then here it's got a picture with the subarms holding one of the Gray's axes there. I'm guessing that's just from one of the Gray's kits from season 1. And then it's got the tail on the back as well, all that. List price of 3,200 yen, so a little bit more expensive in this case for sure, but it's definitely a very large box and a lot of stuff packed in here. Some action shots on this side, showing the frame there, again, kind of in the back image there, and then just holding the huge ultra large mace, and then over the shoulder, and then displaying the tail there. The full mechanics details here. So as we learned with the full mechanics line, that it's not really too much more added to the actual mechanics of the kit. It just means there's more surface detail on it. So in some cases that looks good, in other cases not so much. We are going to have this little stand here for the tail as well. So I'm guessing that that wire in this case will probably be the exact same kind of wire gauge that we saw with the HG Mobile Armor Hashmal. And then the same with this base here you get for that as well. But like with the Hashmal, you really don't need that base, I think. And I'm guessing it's going to be the same for this kit as well. This one actually does have a working pile driver at the end of the mace as well, which is cool. Too bad the HG didn't have that. But what are you going to do, hey? So we get this opened up. And you can see, so like the whole lower part of this is in red, which the normal version after the first run is not going to be in red like that. It'll just be normal black, I believe it is. I was expecting the base to be right on top, but actually it's just normal. A runner there on the top with the stickers, frame parts, white armor parts. There's that wire in there. It definitely looks the same as the Mobile Armor Hashmal. And then parts for the weapons, and then some more frame parts here. Obviously there's going to be some frame parts that we're not going to be using, because it's going to be using the same frame as the Gundam Barbatos, but Barbatos Lupus, I should say. But like with the HG, some of those frame parts are going to be now replaced. Some more very dark gray black parts there. There's our piece for the eyes and polycap, and one more runner of some new frame parts and everything. So quite a lot of stuff here for this. And there you can see is those Tekkaden stickers for the base. Pretty simple, basic. And then here is the parts for the base, and Is it molded in pearl white? Yes, it looks like it is in fact molded in pearl white. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment. So here I believe we're going to have a piece of paper that is just explaining how to build the base itself, showing the parts list and how to put together the base. So there's that. And then we have the main instruction manual for the kit itself. So this is all going to be pretty usual. Just here on the back we have a whole bunch of information there. Actually not a whole lot. It's not as much as we've seen in other kits, but in English and Japanese. Worth noting here, the total height is 19 meters. So if you compare that to like the RX-782 Gundam is around 18 meters. So it is slightly taller than the original Granddaddy Gundam. Here is our painting guide, all pretty standard colors. I mean, white, blue, red, gray, and then a little bit of gold and green for the eyes. Here on the inside, here's a bunch more information. Very, very small, so not really sure if you guys are going to be able to see that well enough, but about Mikazuki August and the Barbatos Lupus Rex. Then some more detail images here, details of the frame there, and here's our parts list. And it looks like runners A, B, and C are all new. Sorry, A and B2 are new, and then it looks like C1, C2, and D are the original frame runners from the Barbatos Lupus. So you can see there's a bunch of X's scattered throughout those, so there'll be a bunch of frame parts left over that you won't use. And then runners E, F, G, H, all of that. I is just the runner I is literally the part for the eyes, which is kind of funny. So like with all the 100 scale kits, we're just going to be building the frame first. Frame for the torso, frame for the head, frame for the arms, frame for the legs. Then once the frame is all done, then moving on to adding the armor on. So adding the armor onto the chest, the torso, adding all the armor around on the head, and then on the arms, those big giant arms. And let's see, where is the part showing? Okay, so for the arms, let me just backtrack here for a minute. It looks like you're building the sub-arms into the arms at the same time when you're building the frame. So you'll build the sub-arms there along with the frame, and then you just add the armor piece on top of that later on. And then armor on the legs, the skirt armor. Then just building the backpack, the tail piece, which looks like it's fortunately actually molded in correct color, so no terrible stickers like the HG had. There's a couple stickers there on the side. And then just mounting it onto an action base. And still, we're using this action base connector instead of them making an actual action base connector, a connection like built into the mobile suit. That's really, really annoying, and I really wish that they would have fixed that at some point throughout the series. A few of the kits from Season 1 had a proper action-based connection. I just really, really dislike using this connection piece. It's just not as reliable. That's annoying, but anyway, here's building the weapon, just a few pieces there, and then there's that base we had, and then just holding the weapon, using that feature, connecting onto the back skirt, using the tail, and then using the sub-arms and posing it. So, alright, let's get a look at the runners. Alright, so let me start off with the special stuff included in this first limited run. So here's a look at those Tekkaden stickers. This is like the really high gloss kind of stickers. So these, I think, will actually lay, I mean, they're not as good as water slides, but they're about as close as you can possibly get with stickers because they're really thin and they seem to be like they'll stick actually really well. So whether you want to actually use these on the base or on something on the kit, they're not really going to fit anywhere on there, I think, but these would probably be best just used like on something, put like one on your cell phone case or computer or something, I don't know, whatever you want to stick it on. And then we have the base. So yeah, this is the same base that was included with the Master Grade Fenice Renishiida. Bandai is still yet to actually just sell this base on its own, unfortunately. I really, really wish that they would do that, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are with me on that, really wish they would actually sell this base individually, but so far nothing yet on that. But yeah, it's molded in that kind of glossy, it's not really that glossy, but it's just a like gloss injected color here. So you can really see like the flow of this. I hope you can catch this on camera. The flow of that pearl coating, so you can see it like going out from the bottom here and then like spreading through the rest of that. It doesn't really look very good, unfortunately, but yeah, I think spraying this would definitely be good, yeah. And here on B1, this runner you can see is all normal and it's in the same color, but you can see they've actually included this piece on here because with that action base, originally it didn't include this part that's included with if you just buy a regular action base 1, but with this action base it didn't actually include that part. So what they've done is they've just added this little bit here on the corner to give you that part that you need for this base. That's nice that they did that, but yeah, again, just wish that they would have designed the kit differently. And then B2 just for the rest of the parts for the base. So there's that. Alright, now getting on just with the standard kit, this is stuff that everyone's going to get no matter when you buy the kit. Here is just the stickers, so foil stickers. Again, all these gold ones are going to be going under the armor, so you're not really going to actually see any of those. Then these dark colored ones, I'm not really sure exactly where those are going at the moment, but I'm guessing maybe on the thighs and then maybe on the side skirt armor or something like that. And then obviously these like green ones there are going on the tail and then on the knees. Then we have our wire. Again, like I said, I'll have to check in the review, but I'm pretty sure this is like the exact same wire that we got with the HD Mobile Armor Hashimal. And then PC212 here for the polycaps. This is the standard polycaps we've seen in all of the 100 scale Iron Blood Orphans kits. And this one, like some of them before, is also including a couple more little polycaps there. Number 6 added on there. And then here we got runner A. So this is looking very, very similar to the A runner of the HG actually. We just got 4 colors here, red across the top for parts for the feet, the face, the top of the skirt, I believe that's where that's going, in the top of the chest, a couple of blue parts here for the shoulders, the chest, a bunch of yellow there for the V-fin, parts for the toes. So it's nice that those parts for the toes are actually molded colors instead of stickers. The parts for the tail is actually molded colors instead of stickers. That's good. But what we're not seeing here in the yellow is parts for the fingertips. I really, really think that those should have been actual molded parts. If they can mold these little parts here for the little vents inside the side of the head, they can mold here on the side just like a little bit here of just all the little parts just to cover all the fingertips of it. But we'll talk more about that in the review. And then a couple of gray parts here at the bottom just for new parts for the feet. Runner B1 is just in our standard inner frame color of grayish brown here, and this is new parts for the arms. It looks like pretty much that's mostly what's going on here, just all new parts for the arms. And the runner markings for the new runners is 100 Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. And then we've got runner B2, which is just obviously more new parts for the inner frame here. So there's the new connection piece for connecting the mace onto the back skirt. Hands there, obviously parts for the head. Then these look maybe like new parts for the thighs, I believe, and then new parts for the feet and shoulder joints. I believe those are there. So here's a look at the hands. You can see, first thing is we've got hollow gaps in the fingers and in the thumb as well. That's disappointing. Go around to the top here and you can see how large these parts here on the top of the fingers. And they're not huge, but they're definitely big enough that those could have been molded separate parts. But of course then they would have had to mold them separately for this hand, and then they would need to make a set for the closed fist as well. But I think maybe if they would have just, I would have been okay with that if they would have just made just a set just for the open hands and then not made a set. Or with the closed fist, they could have made that actually just one yellow part just to cover all of that, to cover the thumb and the forefingers there. Could have just been one yellow piece to cover that. So I don't know, I think they could have done that, but unfortunately they did not. Then we have runner C1, more inner frame parts here, mostly for the legs and some parts for the upper body that I think we're probably going to be not using in this case. And this is the 100 scale IBO Gundam Frame 1. So this is still the same frame that we're using all the way back from the original Barbatos kit. And then same thing here for runner C2. As you can see, a lot of this is for the arms, so there's going to be a lot of parts here on the C2 runner that are not going to be used in this case. And then the same thing continues again with runner D, same color. It's just more parts for the inner frame, and just some of these parts we're going to use, some of them we're not. Obviously parts we're not going to use is parts for the hands. And oh, what a shame we don't get to use these beautiful, expressive open hands that look absolutely terrible. Moving on to runner E, we're back to more new parts. This is just a whole bunch of white armor parts for the legs, torso, head, pretty much everywhere is on here. Some really nice detail for sure, so that's always good. And then runner F is more white parts, so again, for the arms, legs, and torso, and yeah. Then we have runner G here is in a really dark gray color. Now this is a really promising runner for me because I can see these are parts for the side skirt, where in the HG those were stickers. Now that's actual separate parts. That's good. Here for the side of the legs, on the HG those were stickers. Now it's separate parts. That's good. So really liking what I'm seeing here on the G runner. And then runner H is once again back to that brownish gray color, the same as the inner frame. We have just parts for the weapons here basically. Parts here for the sub arms in the arms. Parts for the main ultra large mace, the pile driver for that, and then the two little parts there for the stand for holding up the tail. And finally, last but not least, runner I is the part for the eyes. This is not a new part in this case. This is from the Gundam Barbatos Lupus, so it's not specific for the Lupus Rex, but not really a big deal there. So that's it for unboxing the 1/100 scale full mechanics Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex, with the limited first run action base in there as well. So the action base is a cool addition. Definitely it's always nice when Bandai includes an action base in with the kit. I don't really like that pearl white color of that. I don't really quite understand that. I think just a standard gray or black would have been fine, but whatever. Anyway, the first run of the Gundam Bale I believe is also going to be including that, so should hopefully be getting that as well at that time. So it's always nice to have some more action bases, and the molded color is bad, but of course you can always paint it, so not too big a deal there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and as always, thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit to share with you guys. Link to their store is down below. Check that out if you guys are living in Australia, and if you have any other questions or comments, of course, leave those down below. I'll see you guys in the review. Bye bye!